It's Faith Over Everything. It's a podcast where we talk about everything.
Everything?
Everything. No topic is safe.
But we gon' give it to you through the lens of faith.
Alright.
So sit back, relax, and let us do what we do. It's your host, Jazz and Ange. It's the FOE crew.
Okay.
I said sit back, relax, and let us do what we do. We your hosts, Jazz and Ange. We the FOE crew.
Hey, FOE.
FOE.
Faith Over Everything.
Faith over everything.
FOE.
FOE.
Faith Over Everything.
Welcome to Faith Over Everything. It's a podcast where we talk about everything.
Everything?
No topic is safe, but we gonna get... Okay, y'all just heard the song. I'm sorry. Hello. Welcome.
We're going to get a remix.
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, I'm not going to commit to anything because life be hard, okay? I be doing stuff. But hello. Welcome to Faith Over Everything podcast. If this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. I am one half of your host. My name is Angela Suggs.
I am Jasmine Suggs.
And this is Faith Over Everything podcast where we talk about everything. We are just going to jump right into it. It is our icebreaker. We start off with the icebreaker. It is my turn to provide the ice to break. And I have decided that I am going to do a would you rather. Okay. This is gonna be like Christian edition, believer edition. Okay. I really want to know.
Heaven. No, just playing. I don't even know what you're finna say.
Well, actually, someone was reading my notes.
You put
Would
in your
you?
notes? Oh.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I wouldn't put in the notes. I don't want to put nothing in there that you can see. Would you rather spend an hour in heaven or a week with Jesus on earth?
So you know what? I probably would do an hour in heaven just because God's hour is longer than ours.
Okay. I get it.
So, because a week here with Jesus, I mean, yes. I'd be so afraid that I would be like a Peter. Because what you ain't finna do is you ain't finna come for my Lord. I'm gonna cut your hair. I'm gonna cut your ear off. And this world is ghetto. So
It is.
I would rather just, go to heaven for that hour, because that hour might be like, but then I'm gonna be sad because I'm like, no, but I want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Exactly.
But then I'm gonna be sad anyway, because if Jesus leave me, I'll be like, no, don't leave me here. I'll just take me with you.
Not in the ghetto, Jesus, please, please.
Just heal me and take me with you. Heal me up there. Like, I don't want to be here no more.
So which one did you go to?
I don't know. I was like, I don't know. This is a good one.
I know. That's what I thought too.
Every time I keep on saying what I'm about to do, I just keep on thinking of like, it's some pros that come with like, if Jesus is here.
Both.
Just forget it. I'm gonna do an hour in heaven.
I was gonna say, stick to your original original answer. Interesting. Okay, you guys, comment below what you would do. I would do the other. I would spend a week with Jesus on earth. My rationale is kind of similar to yours in the sense that, like, I don't want to go to heaven because I don't want to be teased. Like, I mean, I want to go to heaven. Let me clarify. I do want to go to heaven, but I don't want to have to leave and then be like, no, I don't want to go back. Whatever. I mean, definitely you can look at it. I'm like, okay, now I know where I'm going. Like, I mean, I know where I'm going anyway. But that's the thing. I'm like, I am living a life where I want to go to heaven. So I'm gonna be in heaven. So let me hang out with Jesus for a week. I could really just talk to him, ask him some questions. And then my mindset had went to, well, if I'm here with Jesus, then that means he came back for us. So when that week is up, we want to go to heaven anyway.
We finna go to heaven. Ooh,
yeah.
No matter what they say.
Hey, And I'm gonna be like, hey, go do the motorcycle dance on my way
Hey,
up. Like,
come on. Hey.
but I was like, I
Interesting.
mean, yeah,
That
Mark said
was
the
a
same
good.
thing you
That was
said.
pretty.
He
He said an
said,
hour.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he spent an hour in heaven. I was like, okay, that means that there's no right or wrong answer, you know.
It really ain't. Like I just,
But
I
don't want to come back. I don't want to have
I
to come back
definitely
to
don't
Earth.
want to come back. Like once I get up there, like because you know how, like you just be like, just think of like the most beautiful place or whatever. You be like, oh my goodness, this is like heaven. Like, or if you go on like that best vacation and it's like all the food is included. Like when we went to Mexico, inclusive. Like you don't got to worry about cleaning up. You ain't got to worry about cooking. You ain't got to worry about going nowhere, but just where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like that. This ain't even got nothing on heaven. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's no night. Like, it's just. Let me just stop talking about it because
That's
I'm
why
just
I don't
going.
want to have to go and then have to come back to this
Girl, I've
ghetto
been done start
place.
trying to hide and stuff. I'm like, now who I'm trying to hide from? I know, God. Now you know my hour not up.
Said no, that wasn't even an hour, Lord. Like that was 30 minutes. That was 30 minutes. Okay?
You owe me 30 more minutes, and then you gotta we gotta work all the.
I'm like, I don't owe you nothing. First of all,
I'm like, but I know. Listen, I want to come back.
Father, please, Father, let me just talk to you for a second. Like, I just love you so much. Okay, I just don't want to be.
I don't want to leave you. Like,
start gaslighting. Remember all the times I had told you. Remember everything. I remember all the praise and worship I led. You know, remember.
Oh.
Don't they give me something?
Speaking of everything that you've been doing, I'll be like, I'm just playing. You ain't got even.
You got this one group chat that be real.
I'm like, Lord, why would you even listening to that one? That all the other ones that I was sending the scripture to.
I just be in that one. Like, do you even know me? Do you know me?
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, y'all. But yes, comment below. What would you do? Okay. Which one would you do? What would you rather? Spend an hour in heaven or a week with Jesus?
And that hour gonna be so good because listen, I'm finna be talking to who my number one person is.
I know.
Eve. Come here.
Come here. I thought you was gonna go. I thought you was gonna say your mama.
Oh. She's second. Eve, I need to talk to you. I ain't gonna spend my whole hour yelling at you because I got a bone to pick with you.
Back. I got a bone to pick.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick with my mama. And then my nana. And then who else done left me here?
Wait a minute. See, he ain't gonna let you come because you going up there causing problems.
I'm bringing the smoke.
You going up there causing too much problems. Like, excuse me. Can you line everybody up?
Do you know where you at? Because right here, this is all the drama. See, that's why you got to go back to Earth. Like, well, before I go.
You go back there, you think about what you done, Jasmine. And when you come back up here, don't you come back up here with that same attitude? Okay.
How you get kicked out of heaven for your hour visit? She is not on visitation list. Get her out. Gabriel, get her. Go. Get her. Fly her back down.
Eve, I got a bone to pick with you. Mama, I got a bone to pick with you. Nana, like, girl, the list. If you don't stop.
Who else left me?
I'm like, girl, I tell my grandma, hey, girl, how y'all doing? How it's been up here? Let me know. Tell me. Listen, I come in peace, Lord. I come in peace.
Like, let me see your little mansion. You know, we always throw little on. Let me see your little mansion.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice.
No, you gotta come in. This is nice.
Like, what is this? What this made out of? This gold? This. Oh,
you can walk on this with no shoes.
Oh, y'all got money. Y'all got money.
Oh, we ain't got no sense, y'all.
I'm sorry. Moving on. We gotta go.
Okay.
Because what we're not about to do is be here long for real, y'all. I ain't got time. Okay. I'm tired. I'm sleepy.
Hungry.
I'm not even really hungry, but I know my family needs to eat.
Oh,
I
okay.
just listen, whatever. But we just gonna jump into our what would this be? I don't even know what this segment is called. Y'all, we gonna be preparing like we supposed to. Would this be it wouldn't even be a what you thought. It would be
This
just
definitely ain't what you thought. I mean,
no.
I guess it could.
Hmm. It's
It's
gonna
just a
be
topic.
what's going on. Okay, that's what it's
What's
gonna be.
going on
What's
here?
what's happening here? Yes, that. So we're just not even just one person in particular, but I will say there was something that came across my timeline and made me think about it. So y'all know this is faith over everything. Okay, so we are a believer based podcast. So with
Mm-hmm.
that being said, I'd have been to church a few times. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been in the house of the Lord. She done been in the house of the Lord. We know what to expect when we in the house of the Lord. However, as well, when you are in the house of the Lord, you are taught, granted, you're supposed to respect the house of the Lord, every inch of it, but definitely the pulpit. Let me tell you, I think
Mm-hmm.
Xavier was 2. I don't remember. He was a young person. I mean, he's only 7. So you can imagine this was he's definitely a single digit when this happened. And him and Kylan was doing something because I know my father-in-law, he's a pastor. So they did something at the church after church service, and they were like, they ran, behind the pulpit or did something. It's after church. When I tell you, Marcus snatched him up, not snatched him up, but he was like, hey, boy, you don't run back there. You don't do, so you teach them at a young age. The pulpit is respected. You don't play behind there. You don't do that. I was like, the baby, I was like, ooh. Well, as soon as he grabbed him, I was like, ooh, you about to get in trouble. Like, you can't do that type of stuff. You're not supposed to do the type of stuff. The pulpit is respected. So imagine my surprise. Not necessarily surprised because people just be doing the most. So I saw a video where this man was doing. Now, let me preface this by saying, I guess we really don't know if it was behind the pulpit, but I mean, it's a stage. So
It was his
you saw it.
sacred desk. It was the sacred desk. Because now different churches, like our church, we don't have like an
Mm-hmm.
actual pulpit. We just got a
Mm-hmm.
stage. But that's,
That's the
stages are
pulpit.
now your pulpit,
That's
your sacred
yeah.
desk, the
That's the
sacred desk.
pulpit. So this pastor basically was doing a sermon. And I mean, I think the topic of the sermon was about something to do with friendship or whatever else. And
Who's your friend?
who's your friend or whatever. And so people, whatever. In the sermon, he ended up having a vibrator on stage. And then he ended up having a Dirty Magazine. It seemed like he didn't know Dirty Magazine was gonna be real. Because that
Girl,
baby
he
said,
didn't. He looked at the whoa. I was like, well, how dirty was it? Because he was like, this is real. This is real.
listen,
He put it under the
this,
thing.
but I mean, come on. But he looked at a little log. Maybe he forgot because he was like, he opened it and then it was like, oh, wait, this is real. Like maybe, because it wasn't like he opened it and then said, oh, this real. It was like, oh, wait, this is real. Like, took you a
Girl.
little long to respond to that. But that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You human. You human. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Maybe it was a picture like Hillary. She's
Hillary,
covered up.
she's with the sun. I'm not the sun. The clouds
The
all over
clouds.
her.
She's covered
It's
up.
implied nudity. But yeah, so it was just one of the things where the whole point of the conversation that we're having is, he did all of this for effect, for props. It's just using additional props to convey his message. And the question, I guess, we bring before you is, do it take all of that? Like, do you need to have actual like props? Like, do you need what at what level is it just too much? Like, just how we can have implied nudity, we can have implied, like, you could have used your words and been like,
Come on, AJ, use your words.
use your words. Because the reality is, I mean, granted, I'm not condemning what the man did. I think that people do try to meet people where they are, and I can understand that, whatever, like, especially the way that the world is, and social media and everything. So it's like, okay, I want to catch people. I want
Grab
to,
your attention.
yes, I want to be like, oh, what's going on here? Let me watch this, and that may, have them stop and watch and be like, what are he talking about? And, and then the message may, be a great message, but what got you there was like, ooh, that wow factor. Like, ooh, okay. But I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like your message can be just as effective without that wow factor. Like, I don't know. I just think about it in terms of like, clearly, well, I don't know that man struggle, but let's just say, we're going to say, to be safe, he doesn't struggle with any kind of like sexual sin, whatever. You are, that's not your ministry. That's not your ministry. You don't have to, you're not suffering from that, whatever. But somebody else may be. And seeing, this as, even though you're speaking against it, the props you are using can be encouraging. Like, oh, okay, maybe I suffer with, sexual sin, and now I see he got this vibrator, and I'm like, oh, what kind of vibrator? What that is? I ain't never seen. I ain't never seen that before. So now I've been exposed to something that I never even knew existed, because you used it as a prop. Granted, again, it didn't mean anything to you because you don't have a problem with this area. But now I see it and I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying, Pastor, but let me see what that thing. Let me see what that is. Because that looked like, or if I was struggling with the nudie magazines, now I just seen you in the pulpit with the nudie magazine, and now I'm like, oh, it's okay. So I don't know. I'm not condemning him, because I understood, I understand the innocence behind it. It was just, I'm just trying to, whatever. But I do think that leaders and people in positions need to be mindful of the sacred desk, the pulpit, of where you are, what you show to people, or what you use, what you do. The props, the what is it? The extravagance, the exaggerations, everything. We was talking about Pastor Mike Todd, all of that stuff. You ain't got to do. We don't need literal examples. Like, we don't need you to actually do stuff on stage in order for us to get it. Use your words. That's all I got for now.
That's gonna be the title. Use your words.
Yes, exactly. Because we be thinking, y'all, like, what we gonna name this episode? That's exactly what it's gonna be called.
Use your words.
Let's use our words. Use your words. Okay. Your thoughts. Go ahead.
So, the church that I attend, you can definitely call my pastor the king of props. He loves props. His team is thebomb.com. When they find some stuff, when he's going to do something, like he goes all in. Like, I can recall an airplane, a limousine.
Wait.
You think I'm playing?
You say it. No. I feel like you told me this, but let's go back to the airplane. How did this happen? What was going on? Set the scene.
So, and that be the thing. So that's probably why props, they are effective, but because my mind is still like, now how the heck did we get this? And why is it here? I don't forgot what the message was about when he did have the airplane about it. Like, I really don't. I know the limousine was, limousine, I think it was around the series of relationships, and they was talking about relationships. Like for real. Like, I'm being real serious. Like, for me, but me, my attention span is real slim. Like, I just be like, wait, what is this doing? Now I done forgot what the whole purpose was. So it's some people like me that I'm okay with the props, but now the props has my attention. It's kind of like, it's kind of like when we went to Usher. We was there for Usher,
but the dancers,
but when Red Boots came out, all I could remember was Red Boots. I don't even remember what song we were singing after that. I was just like, this girl.
They was probably singing "Bad Girl" because you're a bad girl.
I think I was paying attention.
Get out of bad girl.
I was just
because she was a bad girl. Okay, it went with a song. That baby was bad. Clap. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and she was a prop. She
She
wasn't the
definitely was a
main
prop.
thing.
That baby was a prop.
So it was just like, again, my attention span. Now, some other people, that probably helps them. Like, I remember when me and the girls had went to church together, and it was during like the relationship series or whatever, and he had this heart or whatever, and me and Yana, we just thought it was the like most hilarious little thing because he had like a heart. And then every time he shook it, like, oh, but I love him. Like it made noise. It was like, beep, 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 beep. It was like, oh, but I love him. So then me and Yana, we just cracking up or whatever. And we end up seeing him after church or whatever. And he was talking to us. And then he was like, how was service? And then me and Yana look at each other and we bust out laughing. We was like, we really love him. But I go to say all of that is, like Angie says, sometimes you do have to just meet people where they're at, and if that's his style of how he's going to bring in a congregation and get someone close to Christ, by all means, I'm not going to say go to the extreme to do it. Like you said, use your words, but maybe there is somebody that is in his congregation that does need that extra oomph, or does need that, oh, I'm not afraid to go this deep in this sermon or in this series, just so I can prove my point of what it is. Because I mean, if we really come to it, I know we definitely, especially at New T, nobody could pass that pulpit without about to get tackled by a deacon or an elder. But it's like, yeah, we supposed to,
Not a deacon or an elder, but
but it's like, I get it. I get the reverence.
I'm sorry.
But I get the point of having like that reverence and everything like that. But in reality, our whole life is supposed to be reverence. Like, yes, when you come to God's house, it is supposed to have a difference, a different of respect. But in reality, like, y'all know what y'all do on Friday nights? Like, y'all, if y'all was like, oh, now y'all getting out of hand. Hey, he just calling y'all out to some of y'all. I'm not saying that everybody struggle with that, because I don't struggle with that. Like, that wasn't something like, but I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, I'm not condoning them, but I'm pretty sure there was a different way that could have been done, or it could have been implied of to like, y'all know what the rose is, or y'all know what them, and then name the magazine or something like that. Because who's to know? Like, some people don't take their kids to kids' church or whatever, and these babies up in there like, Mama, what's that? And now you got to explain it to your baby, and it's just open up too many can of worms that just like, not right now, that I need to be telling my kid, oh, this is something that is pleasurable for someone else. Like, I mean, I hope I don't have to have this.
I don't know. I ain't never had to have that conversation. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
But yeah, I do think that some things I'd be like, okay. Sometimes for me, even for my own pastor, I'd be like, it don't take that much now. Now he's be like, oh, you doing the most. But that's his style. So if that's his style and that's how he feels the Holy Spirit is leading him to do it, who am I to be in a way to be like, nah, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Like, that's crazy. Like, this one girl, I forgot to tell you. So, when my daddy had spoke or whatever, he was talking about, I don't think I got to finish telling y'all what he was talking about. But I had read the comments, and it was one comment that the lady was like, I say this in love, but he doesn't belong in the pulpit. Pastor Malone needs to speak to his son. Girl, it took all of me to not go ham on it. Like, and who, girl, my fingers got I said, oh, Lord, no.
Twitter fingers.
Girl, even to this day, like, I think I looked at it today.
To this day.
Girl, listen, because I was like, this message still, they didn't delete this, huh? So Lord, does this mean that I'm supposed to respond? And I was like, nope, I'm not going to respond.
Don't y'all go to them comments. The people that know Jasmine, don't y'all go to them comments.
Mind your business. Just mind your business. Shoot, like, who is you? First of all, telling me or not telling me, but telling the world of who needs to be in a pulpit. Who is you? Who is you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because those I feel like are the ones that don't want. And again, my dad could have kept some of that stuff, set aside. But that's what the Lord had told him to say. So who is you to tell him what he needs to keep up? Somebody in that congregation needed to hear that. That just because you pass the son don't mean that you be having these type of temptations.
I was going to say that you don't be struggling with other stuff.
Exactly.
That does not exempt you from being a human.
Girl.
We are all still human. Even the pastors are human, which is why they sometimes make the mistakes of doing too much. I mean, not making the mistakes, but you know how we're clearly having this conversation because we feel like sometimes maybe they push the envelope a little bit too much. But I mean, they're human. That's what humans do.
Exactly.
Humans, especially, well, I'm not going to say especially as pastors, but I mean, pastors are in positions of wanting to win people over to their church. They want to, they want to have these armies for the Lord. And I want all people in my church. I want y'all to come to my church because I know that I'm a Bible believing, Bible teaching. I want y'all to go to heaven. So let me do what I got to do to get them into the church. Not
exactly
outside of the Lord's name, but like, let me do what's going to be like, ooh, I like how he did that. Let me go see. Let me go indulge in more. Let me get more, because I mean, I did see comments that said that, like I said, I'm not condemning the man because from the comments, they said that he was a really good preacher. He's a good teacher, whatever. So, we're all human. We all do silly stuff, whatever. So back to her, like you said, your daddy, just cause you feel that way, ma'am. My daddy ain't perfect. Ain't never been perfect. Ain't never claimed to be perfect.
Ain't never claimed to be perfect. But what you ain't gonna do is come for my daddy. So I was like, girl, I'm like literally like, Lord, you gonna have to really like take this away from my mind because I will find you.
No, she won't, ma'am.
But the thing was like,
just in case she watched this, she's not gonna find you. Okay, she's gonna mind. She's not
gonna find you, especially if you watch it here. I'm definitely gonna. But I was just like confused, because especially that part where it was like Pastor Malone needs to talk to his son. Like, who you think to give the okay for him to go and
for him to even give the message to begin with? No, he just walked into the
walk up in there like, I'm the you the other kid. I'm the daddy. You the other kid. No.
Hello. He has I bring to you today. Just walked up there. You already said that they'd be ready to tackle folks that's going into the pulpit. Y'all thought he just walked up in there all willy-nilly?
Listen,
walk the people.
Y'all must ain't never been to New T, okay? Shoot, most conservative, I don't know what. Y'all don't play with them. Don't play with her.
Don't play with her, donkey. Okay, I'm a pony.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it is. Like you had referenced earlier about like the Mike Todd thing or whatever, like still to this day, like that, it was just like, I'm still trying to figure out an optimistic way of why. And for me, I can't, and sometimes you may have pastors like him. He did come out and he apologized because he was like, okay, yeah, I did do too far or whatever. But again, in the comments for this particular one, with the the dildo and stuff in a magazine, he justifying what he did, and that's his prerogative. If that's how he feel, then that's how he feel. Like it's not. And for me, I'm like, shoot, he good to even just be all of them. If I'm a pastor and I know that this is what came from the Holy Spirit, and I give it out, and you have an issue with that, take that up with God. Okay? Don't come to me. Don't ask me no question. I mean, you can ask for clarifications or whatever like that, but you trying to condemn or condone. I don't need to hear it. If you got an issue with it, pray that the Lord still does something to your heart, because I feel that the Lord gave it to me.
And do that prayer, and also pray that if what I did do was wrong, that the Lord will tell me, whatever, that was wrong. And then I will have a forgiving or a repenting spirit, and I will say, I'm sorry. But if I'm not saying I'm sorry, then like you said, that's what the Lord gave to me, and I brought it to you. And if it's not sitting right with you, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like,
exactly. And the I can't even get it out. I kept stuttering.
Duh, 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 duh.
Oh, what I was trying to say is the beauty of the divided states of America is we have so many churches. If you don't like the style of him, move along to a different one and keep going until you feel like the shepherd that is speaking is somebody for you. Now, yes, and some of the comments did say like these 2023 age pastors are doing the most. That's because we live in 2023. If you want old school, you can go to an old school church. They are still up and ready.
But even with that, let's be for real. I highly doubt that the things that are making it onto the internet, the things that we are seeing, are not things that probably haven't been done before. The pastors today are not the only pastors that have ever brought in props. Maybe didn't propped it out way too much, whatever. Because that's really the issue. My issue is not props. Like you said, you can definitely use props in your sermon, whatever. But sometimes it just be like, are we going too far? Like, are we doing too much? Like, there's a level of props where you just be like, okay, we ain't got to do this. We can use our words. But, but with that, I'm just saying, like you said, we're in 2023. So the only reason why we even know about this said sermon and these said props is because we are in 2023, which is the age of the internet. Like we can see everything. Everything is so easily accessible. All I have to do, again, I told y'all
3 churches today. 3
exactly
online.
You know what I'm saying? Again, I told you I just got online and it was on my timeline. Like it wasn't like I went out and searched for it and said, oh, I wonder what they're doing over at that church. No, I was minding my business and it came across my timeline because I am on the internet. So what I'm saying is 30 years ago, somebody church probably had, a dirty magazine prop, whatever. And he was doing a sermon, maybe similar or, whatever. And they probably, I'm sure it's not the first time a prop like this has been used. We just don't know about it because we didn't have access to it. It's not easily accessible.
Or a message that went out like terrible. I mean, not terrible, but like a message that went out like, dang, did he go too far? Because I can recall we had a guest speaker at our old church. I mean, not our old church. It was our sister church, Central City. And we had a guest speaker, and he was coming from the verse where it was the lady that was begging Jesus to have mercy on her and heal her, and he was like there was something about like get away. I forgot what it was, like something like Jesus was like no, like pushing her away or whatever, telling her like no or whatever, and or something like he didn't have something for her. Something, I forgot what it was, but I know the lady was like, well, even the dogs get the... Now I got to look it up because I don't want to
I'm over here.
I don't want to mess up the Bible.
Girl, that's what I be like. I'm telling y'all, I am not no Bible scholar.
Even the dogs get the
I was going to say something about the scraps. Yeah, that's what I was like.
Okay, Matthew 15. Matthew 15, 26. Okay, well, I got to go back just a little bit, y'all, because I want y'all to, but in your quiet time, look up Matthew chapter 15.
The faith of the Gentile woman.
Yes.
15, 20, it started at verse 21. Then Jesus left Galilee and went north to a gentlewoman who lived there, came to him pleading, have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David, for my daughter is possessed by a demon that torments her severely. But Jesus gave her no reply, not even a word. Then his disciples urged him to send her away. Tell her to go away, they said. She is bothering us with all her begging. Then Jesus said to the woman, I was sent only to help God's lost sheep, the people of Israel. But she came and worshipped him, pleading again, Lord, help me. He responded, it isn't right to take food from the children and throw it to the dogs. She replied, that's true, Lord, but even dogs are allowed to eat the scraps that fall beneath their master's table. Dear woman, Jesus said to her, your faith is great. Your request is granted. And her daughter was instantly healed. Hallelujah.
So
thank you, Father.
Oh gosh, yes.
Thank you, Jesus.
Praise him. Praise him.
He healed that baby, okay? Listen, y'all better have your faith be strong, okay? Your children
like never
will be
giving
blessed.
up. She was persistent. Like, you are going to heal my baby. But like, okay, so you read that, right? So the part where the speaker, the guest speaker, he was coming from where she said, well, even the dogs get the scraps.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, she was calling herself a bee. And he said the word. And we was like, huh?
If you are listening on the podcast,
You know, female dog.
the way my mouth opened, if you are listening, I know you cannot
You
see
weren't ready
me.
for that, huh?
I was like,
The way that you look, that's how all of us was looking. I had to look around. I said, I'm not here. Am I here? I'm not here. Maybe he said,
she called
he didn't say
herself
that.
a what? No, she didn't. That's not what she said.
She didn't. She didn't.
That's not what that said.
But I mean, it was like, okay, I get like where he was
Where he
trying
coming
to go,
from.
like because she's a female, and you were talking about dogs, and a female dog is that. But
So yes, I believe that's something that definitely would go viral on the interwebs
that
today.
definitely would have went viral.
Today they would have been like, not the pastor calling the lady a B word in the pulpit. Well, in his sermon from the pulpit. Listen,
right from the pulpit.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
we
So
didn't have
I've
internet
died.
during that time.
So this ain't nothing going on today. So them 2023 passes is the same as them 1993 passes. Okay, don't do that. Don't act like they something special. I mean, they all are special in the eyes of the Lord, but they not doing nothing different that ain't been done. We just ain't had access to it. Okay. So I say all that to say, y'all, I mean, use your props, do what you're going to do with it. But just, I just feel like there's just limits. Some stuff you just say, I'm just going to stay home with my little toy. I'm going to read my little nudie magazine. Like you could just words. Sometimes just words are fine, because you could have had everything else. He could have had the bed, everything, because he had the bed. He could have just had everything else. But it was just some stuff you just use your imagination. Okay. It was just my imagination once again running away with me. Okay. Listen to Temptations. It was just my imagination running away with me. That is one of my favorite movies, you guys. Just the FYI. Okay. It's one of my favorite movies. And it hurt my little heart. It's so sad because it's a true story. It hurt my little heart when Paul had killed himself. That just was so sad. I had fell in love with his character. I don't know why. I mean, I say it's a character because it was the movie, so I don't know, the man in real life. But I don't know why I like that man in the movie. I was just like, I just liked him. And then when it had happened, I was like, my little heart was broken. I watched The Temptations the first time we was at school when I watched that movie.
Really?
And I be emotional. So I tried to hold back my tears because I'm not about to be in this school crying and they looking over at me like, why is Angie crying? Like, why? Or Angela, because they don't call me Angie.
My name only family call her Angie.
Angela. Why is Angela crying? Like, why is she over there crying? Because I'm a crybaby. Okay. I'm emotional. I have feelings. Okay. I feel things. I'm very empathetic. Okay. I'm deep.
Yes, you are.
Emotionally deep. Okay. But yes, y'all let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Props or no props. I mean, again, I don't have a problem with props. I'm just saying. Sometimes you can use your words. Jasmine has a party at her house right now. Okay.
Yeah, y'all. I apologize. My husband, he is like the greatest of them all, and he got some of his small group fellas over here. Actually, I was gonna say on a school night, but I think all of them is off tomorrow. So that y'all,
that's even better. Let them listen.
No, even better. Nigga, I got to go to work tomorrow.
I mean, well, that's unfortunate for you. Okay. However.
That's all right because I still got some shows that I need to catch up with. We have put ourselves on like a little fast from like social media and TV. So I got a lot to catch up on.
Well, don't start, girl. Listen, I told you, y'all. I just started watching 90 Day Fiance. I don't listen. It's one of those things where stuff start to get on your nerves. You start to get irritated, but you can't stop watching because now you're invested. And I can't stop. Some of these people on here, when I tell you, I'm watching the last season because I think a new season started probably it started on Sunday, whatever. Because this come out on Friday. So the new episode started on Sunday, I believe, or a new season started on Sunday. I'm watching the last season. I never watched this show before. Somebody told me a long time ago to watch it, and I just never did. And now I'm watching it, and now I'm irritated because I was telling my brother, like, I wish this man was my brother, because I would have a problem with this lady. Like, I would have to talk to her. Like, ma'am, what you're not gonna do is treat my brother this way. And that one lady I was telling you about, when I was like him, that dude and his sisters, I think she part of the problem too. So maybe his sisters, they probably wasn't wrong. Listen, I don't know. But anywho, yes. And because I had nothing to watch. I've been watching that show. I've been watching Love is Blind. Y'all been watching Love is Blind. This
I'm gonna
season,
have to ask Jalen if she been watching it.
girl, this season is trash. But
Is
again,
it?
once you start watching it, you can't stop. I'm invested now. I have to finish. I have to find out what happens. Because they only got 2 couples that made it to the altar.
Oh dang.
Well, there were 3. I keep trying to fix it. So, from what we see, there were 3 couples that made it to Mexico. You know, that got engaged, made it to Mexico. However, in real life, all these stories are coming out on the interwebs, because we live in the age of digital media. We live in the digital age of social media, and it's being revealed that it sounds like there might have been 5 couples that made it to Mexico. One couple, they didn't show, like, they went all the way to the altar, filmed the wedding and everything. I'm guessing they didn't get married, but it got to that part where but they're not showing their story, because it was alleged that, I guess, both the bride and the groom was the problem. The bride, mind you, this wrapped up, I want to say probably sometime in 2022, 2021, whatever, because the people are saying this was a year and a half ago. So it must have wrapped up in 2021, that you're just now showing it to us now. Present day, the wife from that couple, she just got married this year to somebody. So it's rumored that she had a boyfriend, and then she came on the show, and then, you know, she got back with her ex-boyfriend. But I don't know the story behind that. That's rumored. That's alleged. I don't know. To me, it would make sense that maybe she was with this man. Maybe we broke up. Maybe I went on this show. I didn't we didn't get married, and it made me realize I still love you. So I came back and got with you. Because it's not like this was a year and a half ago. They just got married in 2023. So maybe this just encouraged her to get back with her ex,
Okay.
I don't know, whatever. Then they said that the groom in the situation, he basically threatened Netflix and was like, don't air their episode or don't put them on the show. And if they did, he was going to hurt himself or something, allegedly. This is what they...
Don't you gotta sign something or whatever?
Girl. Yes. But again, that's one of the couples. Another one of the couples, I'm guessing their story ain't make it, because the couple, the female, the woman of the pair is suing the production company and stuff. That's a whole other story. And she's suing her fiance. But we'll talk about that afterwards, because I have thoughts on that, and I don't want to say that on here. So that's 2 couples that didn't, out of the 5. And then the 3 couples that did make it to Mexico, one of them they broke up in Mexico. Whatever, because he was trash. And so now we only have 2 couples. Dang. And both of these couples, we'll talk after the show, because I have thoughts.
Dang.
Yes. But anywho, y'all, if y'all watching Love is Blind, y'all see I'm invested into this train wreck. I'm invested, okay? So this is what I've been doing. In between homework and stuff, I'll be trying to watch these little shows. Because I really don't have nothing to watch. One thing I'm watching now, well, Huntsville came back. So watch that. But clearly I'm not caught up on that. Power. I haven't watched a new episode of that. Or Force.
Yeah, we saw that. Did we see?
Okay.
We saw it last night. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to watch that. And
you probably could wait another episode.
No, you're probably gonna watch it today. I mean, either that, or I was thinking about doing a movie night, because we had watched Sonic a couple nights ago, or like a couple weeks ago. We watched Sonic as a family. It was so cute. our little family night movie. So I was like, maybe we do that again and
Yeah, do
actually
that
like pop
because
some popcorn and
versus,
have some candy. I mean, just for the kids. Maybe when they go to bed, me and Marcus might watch it, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just go back and watch 90 Day Fiance all night. We'll see what happens because I got to get through this. I'm told you I'm invested now. I got to watch it. But anywho, I don't even know how I got on that. I was just asking about reality TV and how we get on that.
oh, because the boys was making a loud noise, and then I was saying that
Mm.
I was gonna watch TV because I got a lot of catching up to do.
Thank you. Bring it back. But yes, y'all. So we are going to go to our next segment because we told y'all we're not about to be before y'all long. Okay, we haven't done this in a couple episodes. We are going to read a Am I the Butthole story and gather your thoughts. Okay, let's share our
All
thoughts and
right.
see what we think.
Let's see.
Okay, so it says, am I the butthole for keeping my son's college fund after he decided not to go to college? So
Nope.
here's how.
You ain't even gotta read it.
No. So here
All
we
right,
go.
now let me see it. Let me hear it.
So here's how things started. I saved up a pretty large chunk of change for my son's higher education, expecting him to get, at the bare minimum, a bachelor's degree. However, he decided to go into the trades and decided to go to trade school. So I gave him enough money to go through a year of trade school. However, he became quite angry at me that I was keeping the rest of the money for myself. I told him that the money was so that he could attend college and get a degree. If he wasn't planning on doing that, then I wasn't going to just hand him the money. He's claiming that I am a something, a prick. let's say that. He's claiming that I'm a prick for taking away money from him because he didn't go to college like I wanted him to. That must have been the end of it. But then she did an edit because I'm guessing people were commenting. She said, some of you guys are assuming I said that he has to pay his own way to finish his trade school instead of college. I gave him the money required to get a certification and get into an apprenticeship. He wants the leftover cash since I saved a ton of it. Since I saved a ton more than what trade school would cost. Since I thought that he would get a 4-year degree, he wants me to hand him the rest of the cash. Is she a butthole?
Nope. I still stand with my no. The reasoning though, because at first when she did say like
he went
to trade school, I'm like, well, just pay for that. But she did, and she paid for the apprenticeship, so she did. So in my book, you won, sis. Like you he getting what he want. You saved up your money. You saved up your money for a college fund for him. He didn't want to go to college. You said, okay, you gonna go to trade school, whatever the case is. It started out my money. In the middle time, it was my money, and at the end, it's still my money.
So go make
because
your own money.
If you had got a full ride at the school or at a college where you was gonna get a bachelor's degree, my money still would have been my money because it was not going to be needed. That was her preparing for the future. And since plans have changed and you changed your plans, well, actually, you probably should have you should have asked him if he would wanted to go to college, like when the years were coming or whatever, if that was your plan, like, hey, this is your plan. But in technicality, you ain't got to tell that nigga nothing. Like, this is your money.
It's my money and I want it now.
Exactly. Like,
it sounds like to me, maybe, well, I don't know, because I was thinking like maybe she just wasn't clear. Maybe she was like, once you graduate, you got to go to school. You know what I'm saying? He just like, okay, I'm about to go trade school. You're going to give, it ain't going to cost that much. You know how he was probably thinking, well, my young say he was probably thinking he might have known what it was.
He knew the amount. And kids is slick. I got 2 of them things. Well, actually, I got 3 of them things. Would you think that they would think that
if you told them that you were saving money for school and then they decided to go to trade school, you think they would be like, Mama, I want the rest of that money?
Yes. Absolutely. they would have been like, well, I'm saving you money. Because you know why? Because I did that to my parents. They had sent me for freshman year. Not that I asked for their money, but what it was is my freshman year, I went to a private school. And my fast tail wanted to go to a public school. And I said, Daddy, you could save all this money and you could send me to public school. You ain't got to do what you did for my brothers.
Okay, Ashley Banks.
Exactly. Except I wasn't smart like her. I ain't know how she switched that over so quick. But but yeah, I was like, because they had already spent all this money sending my brothers to a Luther prep school, and that was more than a private school. That was like college, because they didn't live with us; they lived on campus. So I know they spent a lot of money on both of them. And then I knew I didn't want to go because it was just too many people that did not look like me. I knew I wouldn't survive. So
you was really tripping because that episode had been out. You could have really watched that episode, took notes, had Jarrell put on the fake mustache. That's a fake mustache. You could have did all of that.
He definitely would have been. He definitely would have been the one. Come a little closer. Get your tail back over here.
Hey.
She said, when I tell y'all, when we think about our life, I'm definitely Ashley. Like, now Joey, he don't act nothing like Carlton, but the fact that how Will and Ashley is Jasmine and Jarrell.
That's the only I don't even know how Jarrell act. I just picked him because he was the cousin. That's the only reason why I picked him.
Listen, what did we do? What was it? I think when Liz was up here and we was talking about something and she was like, oh, Fresh Prince. I said, girl, yes. Like, everybody knows that in our family. Like, it's just, he was Will Smith. He was Will Smith. But yeah, I had how much that whole thing. Save. I just was like, you gonna save all this money? You can save that, saving up for a car. You can do whatever you want to do with that money. So I know if I didn't ask for that money because I know my role. I know I ain't saved no money, but I know my kids. They would have been like, oh no, we could go to community college and. Mama, we actually like if I was still at UNT, they would have just like, oh, don't your benefits covered. They pay for that. Let me just go to UNT, and then you just give me the money, and then they would have already planned it out. I'm gonna get a car with that. I'm gonna get my apartment with that. No, you not.
First of all, let's talk about what I'm going to do with my money. And you know what I'm going to do with my money? I'm going to mind my business. You kids don't have to know anything. Get away from me.
I ain't going to tell y'all
smart.
Nothing.
I appreciate you for saving me this money. Now go on, get out of my face.
Okay. Shoot. And you better hope that I will send you a care package one of these days or two.
I don't know. I mean, when I read it, the title of it, I wasn't even going to click on it, whatever, because I had already, like you said, from the title, you was like, no, you're not, ma'am. That's your money. Like, I thought the same thing. But then when I read and I saw trade school, that's when I was like, okay, that's what makes it a little interesting, is because it wasn't like he just didn't go to school. He went. But I'm like, I don't know. I guess it depends on, like, to me, I guess it depends on what his trade was. Like, is it, I mean, granted, this is what you chose to do. So that's still a you situation. But, you know, he went through the program. You gave him money for the apprenticeship, whatever. Like, I don't know. I guess I just need more context. Like, what trade did he pick? Like, that's what she probably should have told. Like, what did he go into? Is he into welding? Is he doing whatever? Like, he's doing HVAC systems. He doing refrigerators. Like, what he doing? Like, I need to know what he doing, because if it's not lucrative, I mean, that's his problem. He shouldn't have did that. But if you got a little bit of cushion, you can give him maybe a little bit more help. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I'll pay for you to.
I mean, she's definitely not the booty
trade school and get another certificate for something else. Like, if this not working, if you went for HVAC and you like, okay, this ain't making no money, let me go be a mechanic. Okay, I'll pay for you to go to that. Like, you can get all the certificates that you want. I mean, it's
Keep
gonna be a
going, get
limit to it.
certificates.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna
Yeah,
just
for
be
to
like,
be like
okay, so I'm gonna do
Lynn
this. You know, you're
from
right. You ain't gonna be like
Girlfriends.
Lynn having 5, 6, 7 different degrees or whatever,
Degrees.
and ain't doing nothing with it. But if you know, get into that field, like, oh, you know what, I kind of want to be an electrician now or whatever. On top
Mm-hmm.
of me being an HVAC, and I'm gonna open up my business and do all of this other stuff. Okay, do you?
Smart. You know, be all kinds of, be a jack of all trades.
Exactly, do you? But it will definitely be a limit to it. Like, okay, but or what you could do is, because I think you had said, she said that she has saved up a whole bunch, but I don't even know, like, did she have a school that she planned him to go to, so she has saved
She
up that
didn't
much
say that.
tuition or whatever?
She just said that she saved up thinking that he was at least at bare minimum was going to get a bachelor's degree.
Okay, so let's
So
say that he was getting a bachelor's degree at a school that was going to be an in-state tuition, you know, because
mm-hmm.
it in-state or out of state. Maybe she saved up for out of state. I don't know. I just know that she saved some money.
Mm-hmm.
And she got a blessing because the baby went to trade school.
Mm-hmm.
So you go on a trip and you pat yourself on the back that you raised a young fella that's now going to be doing his entrepreneurship.
Girl, I don't know. I think it just, to me, it's just one of them things where I'm like, the audacity of you to even think that this money is yours. Like, you, I mean,
Yeah,
I already didn't help you.
now.
I've already helped you. I've paid for your program. I paid for your certificate. I paid for your apprenticeship, you know, whatever. Like, I mean, I guess if anything, I could maybe get jiggy with it if he was like, you know, maybe he just wanted a little bit more money. But it does sound like he's saying he want all the money. Like,
You
give
want
me
it
all the
all.
money.
Brand new
Like,
socks and drawers. No, you ain't
I
getting
want it
nothing.
all.
You better hope that
all.
because listen, like, in reality, there are people like, I mean, for me, of course, granted, I was already a mama and married, but there's other people out there that don't have no kids, no nothing, and they parent, okay, I got you through high school. If you want to go to college, you on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You pay for that. That's what you want to do. I got you through high school, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever else you
My
want
job
to
is
do.
done.
Okay,
I'm done.
I wash my hands
Tap
with
me out.
you. You
Tap me
grown,
out.
right? You grown.
No, no.
So get gone, okay? Out my pockets. But yeah, these kids nowadays.
My kids gonna be in my pockets for a long time. I got barely a 2-year-old. Barely a 2-year-old. You know how
Girl,
many
you only
more
got 16
years?
more years. That's gonna be so quick.
Only 16. You know
It's
how much
gonna
money
go
they
so
gonna
quick.
cost me in the interim? Let me
It's-
tell you about these children. Okay, I don't know what the heck is going on. It's like a tapeworm. They woke up in both of their stomachs recently. I said,
At least you
"Who?
got an excuse. At least they boys. I had girls. Where is it going? I just want to know where it was going.
Also,
Because
you
they
finna
still
compare
small.
struggles?
Huh?
You finna compare struggles? That's what you're trying to do? You trying to
Mm-hmm.
compare struggles? At
Yes,
least you
come on.
got
Come with it. Come
no,
with it. Come
no,
on.
no,
Come with
no.
it.
Because I ain't. No, you gonna win because you've been struggling longer than me. Okay, I'm still
And
new
I'm
to
going to
this.
still be struggling for 13 more years.
Well, I don't know why y'all did that. Y'all look.
He was the only one prayed for, so we gonna make through.
True.
Listen, this one
True.
ain't gonna worry about this one. Now we gonna have a lot of trials and tribulations, but I ain't gonna worry about it because the Lord, He gonna give me that week that He gonna come here.
Oh my goodness. You ain't.
I didn't even choose it.
I was gonna say you didn't even say that. You said you was going to heaven for an hour.
I'm gonna see. That's what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna have to take my self care. My self care is in the out. Hey, I'll be back, y'all. Aaron gonna be like, no, AJ is grown and gone.
You gonna come back? That would be so crazy when you come back that hour. You'd be like, that was only an hour, or you gonna feel like it probably was a long time, and you gonna come back down, and you gonna be like, yo, that was an hour. I'm like, yo, I felt like it was a long time I was up there, like, cause ain't no time up there. We don't know time. Ain't no time. But yes, but all right, y'all let us know what you thought. I feel like we're all on the same page. Like that baby just
being
crazy.
selfish and greedy for no reason. This ain't your money.
I mean, listen,
Or just go to school and get a bachelor's.
He ain't trying to go.
That's how you get the money.
He ain't trying to do that. He ain't trying to do that. Yeah, or he should have. I don't know. But all right, y'all. We are gonna let you go out the door. Just kidding. You don't got to go out the door. You ain't got to go nowhere. Okay, you can stay right there at your house. But we finna turn this computer off.
Okay.
Yes, we finna turn this computer off. But we hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you thought. If you have any topic suggestions, let us know because we be looking for them. Okay, we be needing to know sometimes. All right. Because, we be doing these current event stuff, which I don't mind. But sometimes it just be like, we don't want to talk about that. But let us know. Okay, let us know. Because sometimes we be struggling. You know what I mean? Y'all, I'm almost done with school. Next season, I'm going to be free. Okay? I'm going to be free.
That's if she don't go back for her master's, y'all.
I'm never going to say never, but I am not going for no master's degree until a long time from now. Y'all ain't got to worry about that. Okay? Y'all ain't got to worry about that. Thank God I'm in a position where I don't have to worry about school like that, like the cost of school. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Praise you, God. I praise you, Lord. Thank you. But I'm not doing no master's degree program no time soon. I am sick of school. Okay? I'm sick of it. I want to be done with it. Okay.
It's coming though, because it's already October. It's mid-October already. Like, can you believe
week
it?
7. I got one more week of school for this term, and I'm gonna be in my last. I'm gonna have 4 classes left.
Look at that, girl.
When I think about it like that, I get excited.
What the sound effect?
No, let me see. Let me see if I can find the claps. I don't know if y'all can hear them. Can y'all hear the? Oh, I can't. I don't know if y'all hear it. I can hear it.
It might be in your headphones.
Let me see. Can you hear this? Can you hear it now? There we go. Okay.
That's how I'm gonna be. She don't want to go to the graduation, but I'm gonna drag her to it.
And don't.
We gonna go to New Hampshire.
I don't know about all of that, y'all. I don't know. But all right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate you for listening. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all of those things. Comment below your thoughts. And I guess we will see y'all. Well, we in October, y'all. Happy October. We rude. We didn't even tell y'all happy October or nothing. If you subscribe to the newsletter, you got your newsletter last week. Okay. All right. You got your newsletter. Happy October. And that's it. That's all we got to say. We gonna holler at y'all on another day. All right. 2 weeks.
Bye.
To be exact. Ta-ta.
Hey, FOE.
FOE.
Faith over everything.
Faith over everything.
FOE.
FOE.